Morning, guys. It's Thursday, March 26th. Just coming to you from my living room. Just wanted to go over your ELA work and to give you a little instruction to help you with your journal entry today, okay? So when you start your ELA work, your first thing as always is going to be your independent reading. Please make sure today you do not have to read for independent reading. You have to find someone to read to you, okay? So find someone who can read to you, preferably someone that is older, okay? And when they are reading to you, I want you to listen for fluency. So I want you to listen to how they read with 3, 4, or 5 words together instead of one word at a time like a robot, okay? Because remember, that's not how we want to sound as a reader, okay? Also listen to their expression. So listen to how they read a question mark if their voice goes up and comes back down. How do they read an exclamation point? Also, how do they sound if they're happy, sad, excited? Okay, so that's the expression I want you to listen for when someone is reading to you today. Okay, also you can discuss the story afterwards, discuss our characters, our setting, if there was a problem and a solution. Okay, no writing for that. You just have to listen and talk today, okay? So for your second assignment, you have to read a poem. It is in your packet, but I did put the poem in your assignment in Google Classroom. So it's there. You just have to go to the bottom of the assignment and click on it. It's called Snowflake, Snowflake. You have to read the poem. Then you have to also write down any rhyming words that you hear in the poem, okay? And we do this a lot in class, so this should be familiar to you. Just remember, rhyming words have the same sound at the end of the word, okay? Doesn't necessarily have to be spelled the same, but it does have to have the same sound, okay? So for instance, when you hear cat and when you hear hat, they both have the at sound at the end, so they are rhyming words, okay? Then you are also writing a few reasons why you like the poem. So think about the poem, what it says, how it made you feel, what it made you think of, and come up with some reasons why you liked the poem. Okay, last, you have your journal entry. And your journal entry for today is, I wish trees could blank because. Okay, so you need to fill in the blank. So that I pretty much am giving you your opening sentence because it's a prompt. You're just filling in the blank. So I wish trees could blank because. You have to think about that. What is it that you wish trees could do? So I'm thinking, and as I'm thinking I wish trees could talk. And it's because I feel kind of sad that they don't have a voice. They kind of just have to sit there. So my opening sentence is going to be that I wish trees could talk. Okay, so I'm going to turn this toward my board so you could see as I'm writing, okay? So my first sentence is going to be, I wish trees could talk because, and now see here, I kind of squeezed it in. Maybe I should have came down to the next line. So think about that as you're writing. I wish trees could talk because I feel, and now I'm not going to use sad. Remember, we started using our second grade vocabulary words. So instead of sad, I'm going to use one of our favorites, which is melancholy. I wish trees could talk because I feel melancholy that they don't have a voice, okay? So that is my opening sentence. I'm basically telling you what this paragraph is going to be about, okay? So now I have to think about my reasons. So what are the reasons that I wish trees could talk, okay? So let me think. If trees could talk, what would I do? I'd probably sit under the tree because trees tend to be kind of shady. So I'd sit in the shade and maybe we could share stories. So my next sentence, which I'm going to start because now I'm giving you my reasons. So I'm starting with this transition word and I'm just going to box it just so you could really see it. And because this is my first transition word, I'm starting with first. First, I would share stories with the tree under their shady branches. Okay. So if we're sharing stories, that means that the tree is talking. So it's kind of going back to what I said in the first sentence. And I didn't just say they're branches. I used a descriptive word and I said shady branches because that's where I want to stay out of the sun. So I talked about their shady branches. Okay, so now I'm going to my second reason. And as I'm thinking about this next reason, I'm definitely going to use a transition word to start my next sentence. So in this case, I can use next, I can use then. There's a few different choices I have. I'm going to use next. And again, I'm just going to box it so that you can see it clearly. So now, because remember I said at the beginning, I wish they could talk. So most of my paragraph is going to be about trees talking. So now I'm going to tell you that I think I would love to have conversations with them because I think that trees would have interesting conversations. Because think about it, a tree is stationary, which means it stays still, it doesn't move. So it just kind of stays in the park in the same place, stays on the street in the same place, stays in the forest in the same place. So I'm thinking that they would see a lot of interesting things walking past them because they're just stationary and they stay still. So I'm going to say next, I would love to have conversations with the tree because I am sure they see so many interesting people. Okay, so that's my second reason. Now I'm going to move into my third reason. And because this is my third reason where I'm kind of getting toward the end of this paragraph, I'm going to use another transition word. And I'm going to use finally. Now at this point, I can use last, I can use lastly, but I'd like to use finally. So now, because of all of these things that I would be doing with the tree, I'm going to end this by saying, finally, I would become best friends with the tree. Now I'm trying to write the word because, but I don't think I'm gonna fit it there, so I'm just gonna come down to the next line. Because we would spend so much time together. So that is my third reason. And now I need my closing. And remember, your closing just basically reiterates what you said at the beginning or what your whole paragraph was about. So I'm going to end my story by saying, these are the reasons I wish trees could talk. Okay, so that's how I'm going to end. Now, just remember, if you use this format for a paragraph, your paragraphs will be great. It will have everything that you need. You need an opening, you need your reasons, and then you need your closing. And the reason that I say you should put 3 reasons is because we want our paragraphs to be between 5 and 7 sentences, okay? That's where we should be at this point in first grade, because moving into second grade, you're going to be writing 2 paragraphs, okay? So if you have 5 to 7 sentences, that's a complete paragraph. It's a great first grade paragraph, okay? So this is what you are doing for today for your journal entry, and I hope this helped you. Okay, so I will see you guys later. And if you have any questions, I'm here at the computer waiting in Google Classroom. Bye.